Hello, travelers. Welcome to Lorespire. Today I'm going to give you a long list of tips to help make your Enshrouded experience much smoother than mine probably was. Now, enough small talk, onto the list. In Enshrouded, the nights are even more dangerous than the days, but there is an in game mechanic allowing you to skip the nights mostly. If all players on a server are sleeping at the same time, the night will speed by at 60 times the normal rate. If you make a mistake when leveling your character in Enshrouded, or if you just want to try something new, you can reset your skill points at the Flame Altar for a fairly cheap price. There is a backstab damage mechanic used in Enshrouded. It increases your damage when attacking someone from behind. It works for both ranged and melee weapons, so try to sneak up behind your enemies at the beginning of combat for extra damage, and if an enemy becomes stunned or has a slow attack animation, you can often run or roll behind them for additional backstab damage. When you enter the foggy, shrouded areas in the game, you have a countdown timer shown here. If it reaches 0, your Flameborn dies. This can make things difficult at times, but there are items you can find that will add to the timer, so be on the lookout for them and always take one with you whenever you plan to enter a shroud. Also, if you find one of these flame altars in an enshrouded area, you can approach it to refill your timer. Speaking of those enshrouded areas, why are some of them different colors than others? Well, the bluish colored fog causes your death timer to slowly tick down, and while far from safe, these shrouded areas are generally manageable, but stay away from the pink or reddish colored fog areas. If you enter one of those shrouds, your death counter will only last a few seconds. It's nearly instant death. Increasing the strength of your flame altar, by the way, can turn these red death fogs into the much more manageable blue fogs. In Enshrouded, there are dirt and stone roads. Okay, whenever you're on a road, you'll have the on the road buff that you can see in the top left-hand corner right now. And anytime you have that buff, then your stamina drain while sprinting will be reduced. If you are on a stone road, it's reduced by 25%. If you are on a dirt road, it's reduced by 10%. Sometimes in Enshrouded, you'll find traps like these, or maybe explosives like these. They can all be triggered from a safe distance by using a ranged weapon attack. When traveling the land, if you find yourself low on certain resources, you may be able to gather them by destroying nearby junk and set pieces. Need some wood? Destroy that wagon. Need some cloth? Destroy those fabric-covered crates. What about water or ingredients or even potions? Start hacking at those buckets and barrels and well, whatever the hell these things are. Seriously though, most things in the world of Enshrouded can be destroyed, and many of them have a prize inside. Sticking with the theme of destruction, you should quickly learn that bombs and pickaxes can be used to open up paths with digging or destruction, but keep in mind these effects do not only work on dirt. Bombs especially can be used to destroy fences, walls, and other structures, allowing you to access areas that seem to be blocked by locked doors or solid barriers. In Enshrouded, eating and drinking isn't required to stay alive, but it is recommended because food and water can give you significant buffs, especially early on. You can have up to 3 of these buffs from different source types, and they are pretty lengthy, so you should try to keep them active as much as you can. While we're on the topic of buffs, do not ignore resting. The rested bonus increases your maximum stamina and the speed at which stamina regenerates. Not only that, but it's a very simple bonus to gain. All it takes to rest is a comfort level of 1, which is easily achieved by having a nearby table, chair, bed, etc. Also, you need to be sitting or sleeping or have a roof over your head, and you need to have access to warmth. That would be a built fire. Sorry, no torches. Now, while we're talking about resting, don't forget to raise your comfort level to extend your rest bonus. That's right, you can make simple items such as beds, chairs, candles, tables, and other items that will increase your comfort level when they are nearby. Each bonus level of comfort buys you another minute of being rested. But the same items won't stack multiple times. Still, you can get up to a 15-minute rested buff fairly easily when very first starting out. You should consider always bringing a campfire with you. In Enshrouded, it's common to come across tents or buildings that have the conditions needed for resting. That is a comfort level, a roof over your head, so on and so forth. But they will not have a fire. So if you bring a campfire, you can place it at those places to reset your resting buff when needed. Also, you can cook up raw food while traveling if you bring a campfire along, allowing you to conserve inventory space and keep those food buffs going right along with the rested buffs. Most of the weapons that you find out on your adventures can be salvaged for runes. That is, it will destroy the item and you'll get runes from it. Runes are mostly used to reset your skill points if desired and to enhance your weapons via the blacksmith. Alright, last tip for today. You should know that when you die, you will be reborn with all of your weapons, armor, and consumables, things of that nature. However, all of your building materials and your runes will be left where you died. There will be a tombstone map marker where your items have been left, but especially if it's a dangerous area, try to drop off your building materials and runes before you head there. That way, if you die and you can't reach your tombstone, you haven't lost much. I hope all of you enjoy being a Flameborn as much as I've been enjoying it. Stay tuned for more Enshrouded content. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.